You know, my spirit is telling me the last time he would drive a keke was yesterday.
The Leadership Conference and Awards in Abuja provided a platform for eminent Nigerians to take another critical look at the challenges and prospects of the Nigerian nation. They include scholars, opposition leaders, and government representatives. The keynote speaker is the chairman of the board of Africa's Private Sector Summit, Professor Kingsley Moghalu. The former deputy governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria fired the first salvo on the topic Nigeria's economic distress. Which way, Nigeria?
The decisions to remove the petrol subsidy and forex subsidy were bold decisions and were correct. Given the country's revenue challenges in the crude oil production and export sector, Nigeria could no longer afford to subsidize the importation of refined petrol, at least fully.
His submissions generated reactions from both those in and out of government. Here, the former presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi.
Ukraine is giving Nigeria grain. Ukraine is at war. The whole of northern Nigeria is 268,000 square kilometers. Ukraine is 603,000 square kilometers. They have no reason to give us grain.
The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, wasted no time in defending some of the jabs thrown at the government.
It may be true that Nigeria has accepted grains from Ukraine, but that is not on its own a very bad story. Egypt takes in about 60% of its grain production from Ukraine. And I know that our elder statesman here, Mr. Peter Obi, is also understanding the Egyptian economy. The fact that 60% of the grain production in Egypt is coming from Ukraine does not make Egypt a failed state. In addition, the revenues accruing to the three tiers of government, the federal, state, and local government, have grown by between 50 and 100% since the removal of fuel subsidy. This means more funds are available to directly impact the lives of Nigerians through investments in critical infrastructure, social security, and other areas.
Arise News took up Peter Obi on his comments over Ukraine's grain support to Nigeria.
Egypt buys 22% of its grain. Egypt imports about 60% of its grain use annually. 22% of that comes from Ukraine. So if you are buying something and Egypt uses it to subsidize bread, which they use to feed 70 million Egyptians daily. If you're a customer, you are buying goods, and your supplier gives you a donation, it is different from somebody who has no relationship, who is just being given donation based on his difficulty.
In the context under which you said it was to criticize the government policy, is there anything fundamentally wrong in getting that purchase from Ukraine?
No, we didn't purchase. They gave us free to support us for hunger. If they bought it, it's a different thing. We didn't buy. Ukraine donated to us because we are hungry.
While the forum provided an opportunity for frank conversation with several laudable recommendations, it was also a platform to honor several achievers. Amidst the prevailing economic challenges, President Bola Tinubu, represented by the Information Minister, was the recipient of the Presidential Award for Leadership Excellence. Benga Ashiru, Arise News.